Thank you, Rachel. Good afternoon. It's nice being here. My name, just a brief introduction. It's Fabian Demicoli. I represent the Malta Chamber of SMEs. Basically, it's an NGO which was set up over 75 years ago, close to 80 actually, and closer to 80. And mainly the aim of the Chamber of SMEs was that when unions were created, at that time the retail sector was the most basically sector, the most popular sector, and retailers said, so our employees have their own union, so let's create our own organization. And from there onwards, GRTU at that time was created, and then it developed to the Malta Chamber of SMEs. There's several services which I'll try to explain that we offer. And just a brief introduction about myself. My role is as a communications and business development. And I come from a background of media and communications, so this is just a brief description from where I come, some of the coverages I've worked on, and amongst them the war in Libya. And from there onwards, then I've decided to change the sector completely, but of course still focusing on communications. And in fact, during my interview at the Malta Chamber of SMEs, at that time, GRTU, they've told me, so this is our organization, what's your dream, or what would you like to do? And of course, since nowadays the Chamber represents over 90 different sectors, so it's not just retailers, an actual need was to change the name. And of course, we have a council. Our organization is represented by a council of 18 people. Of course, different ideas. Some of them come back 30 years ago. So of course, there's some nostalgia also, And it was hard to convince to change a name. But it was something which basically it was my first assignment during when I joined the Chamber of SMEs. We've worked on the rebranding and the name change. Of course, we've had to organize an EGM, invite our members, which we have over 7,000 members. And we've managed to launch our rebranded name, which is Malta Chamber of SMEs. This is the first council to understand our brief history. And something which might have been really important, or something which came unannounced, we launched in January 2020. We had a huge marketing plan coming up, which most of you will definitely speak about later today during your pitches. All planned, and 6th March 2020, first COVID case in Malta. That meant, of course, that we had to trash all our plans, and of course it was our busiest time, I think most likely in history, with of course businesses closing off, remote working, etc. And I think that meant also defining the role of such organizations like the Malta Chamber of SMEs nowadays, where at that time the most issue was how our employees, for example, I'm seeing Philip, also a member of the Chamber of SMEs, people calling us, I have 10, 20, 40 employees, 100 employees. I can't pay them. What are we going to do? And that was, for example, our first act when we contacted the authorities and told them, listen, after, of course, a research with our members said that if they receive €800 per month per each employee, they will keep all their employees. And that was, I think, one of the moments in recent history, I think also in our country, where it defined also our businesses, and the wage supplement was included. And I think that defined also the moment that when associations like the Malta Chamber of SMEs, yes, they are still relevant. These are some of the services which we offer when it comes to employment and consumer law. Most of usually, and the Chamber of SMEs is similar to the medical sector. So we go to the doctor when we need the doctor. and it's the same, most of the time it's the same with the Chamber of SMEs. Sometimes there's an issue, a consumer issue, and they tell us, listen, now we have a tribunal case. And we try to assist members to avoid such cases. So by organizing master classes, by organizing also one-to-one services, also related to employment when it comes to employment contracts. Also employment was a huge issue. Employment contracts were a huge issue with some flaws during COVID. And there were a lot of changes also with the culture post-COVID. Individual assistance, which I mentioned, and priority access also when it comes to authorities, and of course we lobby for several different sectors, local issues and legislations, networking events, which I'm seeing quite some familiar faces which you've already attended, some of our networking events. Legal advice, I think this is also a main point which we offer. We have a free legal advice, since we know that even most of you are startups. Of course, legal fees are quite hefty, so what we offer is an initial advice. So sometimes there's someone which decides, a business, oh, I want to open a case. And basically our lawyer tries to, rather than telling you, okay, let's go to court and pay me monthly, we'll try to find a solution out of court with our free legal advice. Also an ESG, free ESG advice, which we currently offer, is of course also advices related to EU funds and schemes, and I think something which we're here today, other methods of funds and venture capital, and information sessions, masterclasses and conferences. These are some photos which are related to our events which we organize, and also I'm seeing Manna, for example, a finalist during last year's edition of the Malta Business Awards. We are proud organizers of the Malta Business Awards, together with Malta Enterprise, and just also a news for you for this year's edition. In a few days, the next edition, the 4th edition, will be announced. So stay tuned and follow Malta Business Awards Facebook page. Applications will be out by mid-June, and I encourage you, because I've already seen some of your pitches, to apply. And also some other photos related. I think, which is the reason Talk Reporter, which we're here today, I think it's another huge initiative which we've met Nora in the past weeks, and I think we encourage such initiatives for businesses, especially startups. We are aware that when it comes to funding, there are some obstacles, or a lot of obstacles here in Malta. So, but there are sectors which and entities which can assist you today, and that I'm sure they will be speaking following my speech. So good luck with your pitches, and please, if we can be of any assistance, please get in touch. And of course, from our end, even as startups, we want also to contribute, and we offer free memberships in collaboration with Malta Enterprise for startups. So please feel free to get in touch. And that's all from my end. Thank you very much.